Hog butcher for the world, toolmaker, stacker of wheat, player with railroads and the nation's right handler, stormy, husky, brawling, city of the big shoulders. They tell me you are wicked, and I believe them, for I have seen your painted women under the gas lamps luring the farm boys. And they tell me you are crook, and I answer, yes, it is true. I have seen the gunmen kill and go free to kill again. And they tell me you are brutal, and my reply is, on the faces of hunger women and children I have seen the marks of wanton hunger. And having answered, so I turn once more to those who sneer at this my city, and I give them back the sneer and say to them, come and show me another city with lifted head singing, so proud to be alive and coarse and strong and cunning. Flinging magnetic curses amid the toil of piling job on job, here's a tall, bold slugger set vivid against the little soft cities. Fierce as a dog with tongue lapping for action, cunning as a savage pitted against the wilderness, bareheaded, shoveling, wrecking, planning, building, breaking, rebuilding. Under the white smoke, dust all over his mouth, laughing with white teeth, under the terrible burden of destiny, laughing as a young man laughs, laughing even as an ignorant fighter laughs who has never lost a battle, bragging and laughing that under his wrist is the pulse, and under his ribs the heart of the people, laughing. Laughing the stormy, husky, brawling laughter of youth, half naked, sweating, proud to be a hog butcher, toolmaker, stacker of wheat, player with railroads, and right handler to the nation.
Poet Carl Sandburg was a journalist for the Chicago Daily News. His career as a poet really took off when the founder and editor of Chicago Journal's Poetry, a magazine of verse, accepted 6 of his poems. His first book of poems, Chicago Poems, showed up 2 years later, which was where the poem Chicago first appeared. Published in New York 1916 by Henry Holt and Company, he was 38 when it was first published. More than half a dozen schools have been named in his honor. The poem Chicago shows many of Carl Sandburg's beliefs and values. He was a firm socialist and had a deep appreciation for the average worker. He actually wandered homeless for a while around Chicago and other areas in Illinois, which was what gave him his appreciation for both the good and bad parts of Chicago and cities in general. The poem Chicago was generally about the bad parts of Chicago, talking about the crime and amoral things that go on. However, the author also shows a lot of pride in his city, and dares anyone to find a city stronger and prouder than Chicago. The image of this poem is of a proud, bold fighter, young, who's never lost a fight. You could apply this to your life by saying that it does show that life is like, that it is full of horrible things, but you can still feel pride in life and in surviving. The poem Chicago is a modern poem, showing that people cannot have meaningful values, relationships, or experiences. It describes the horrible things about Chicago, but says the fact that it fights and survives is all that matters. I believe poet Carl Sandburg is the best poet of his time because he saw life for what it really was and not what he wanted it to be.